Hey guys, great news. The Blast is back. We've decided to do a special isolation series to hopefully keep you entertained during these tricky times. You may notice a few set changes, some kind of shady lighting and DUI makeup, not always a good thing. But one thing that hasn't changed is my sidekick, Mel Jones, who's in the house. MJ, long time no see. How you doing?
I'm great. I want to know though, what you've done with all this extra time. No hair, no makeup. What have you done with it?
What are you saying about me?
I think I've said enough there. Okay. Mind you, we've put in some decent money on the set because over your right shoulder, I noticed a little bit of a photo back from day one of the Blast.
Oh, I didn't even know this was here. Yeah, you're right. Actually, this is a pre-Blast photo shoot we did a long time ago. I reckon we all look a little bit different back then.
Yeah, we do. Lots happened since then.
It has. We've gone from the WBBL season to isolation. But anyway, we're going on. We're kicking on.
We are. I'll tell you what, I'm very excited because over the last few days, reached out to right around the world. There are a lot of players throughout the World Cup and WBBL pretty keen to get back on the Blast. So exciting times ahead for the next few weeks as well.
Yeah, we want to spread the net as wide as possible. We also want you to get involved. Please let us know who you want us to speak to. If you've got any questions you want us to ask, maybe you want to know what's inside Mel's fridge, maybe under her bed, let us know. Or maybe you've got a recommendation for a 2012 Shiraz. Please don't hesitate to contact us. But you may notice there is a vacant window below, and that is our first guest. You may know her from bamboozling people on the pitch. You also don't want to challenge her in a dance-off. Let's bring her in. Come on in.
Who is it? Molly Strano!
Hello.
How you doing, Molly?
Well, thanks. How are you?
Very good. Now, I've got to say, the last time I saw you, it was the day after the World Cup final. You had a drink in one hand, you had the World Cup trophy in the other. You hadn't slept. You were wearing some rather provocative white boots. We'll get to that later. Do you remember much from those celebrations 24 hours after winning the World Cup?
Yeah, it was amazing. It all sort of started in the change rooms after the game when we had all our family and friends down in the MCG change rooms, and yeah, just a magical night. We ended up having a few beers on the pitch just with the team and the support staff, which was really cool. And yeah, the festivities flowed on to the next day, and I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, I mean, that's amazing because you weren't picked in this team originally. You came in as a late call-up. And I hope you don't mind because I love your diary because everything goes in it. On one page of your diary was, I'm getting out of here. I'm on holiday mode. I'm going to the States. There might have been a little bit of passing of Jones and Strano in Vegas or something. That was one page. What was the very next page of your diary?
I was meant to bring my diary to this interview and I totally forgot about it. But so on one page I had my off-season planning and I was planning my trip through America, and then the very next page I had my bowling plans be India. So my life sort of flipped around quite dramatically. I had to put that America trip on hold, which due to the cases now has been cancelled inevitably. But my life flipped around pretty quickly once I got that late call up. But I enjoyed the World Cup nonetheless. It was awesome.
And what is life looking like for you now? How's isolation treating you?
Megan, I am so bored. Being a raging extrovert, I'm really struggling with isolation and not being around people. So I've been very bored. I live with my brother, so we've become thick as thieves. We've become tennis partners as well. We haven't played tennis for about 15 years, but we've started up again. So yeah, we're winding back the clock a little bit, watching some old school TV and playing tennis. So yeah, that's what my life looks like at the moment.
What about a bit of TikTok? I can imagine you getting on TikTok.
No, I'm very old school, so I'm not up with the apps and the gadgets and whatnot, which you can probably understand with me struggling to link into this Zoom catch up this morning. I'm not very good with the gadgets and tech. So, but I heard TikTok goes all right, so maybe I'll have to do a bit of research and look into it.
I'm a little bit disappointed that I know we've been full lockdown now, but prior to that, there was a little trophy that started here in the western suburbs of Melbourne, and you didn't mention that.
Before it was limited to one person that you could hang out with, I was playing doubles with Jonesy, and Jonesy was my doubles partner. We won our last match 6-2, 6-2 versus Heather Graham and Emily Smith. So we are the holders of the trophy, and it looks like we're going to hold on to it for a while now by default. But yeah, we'll take it.
Are you guys neighbours or something?
Yeah, we are.
Luckily, we don't apartment block. But yeah.
Guys, it's time now for a segment that I like to call Like and Tell. Molly, we asked you to bring on a few things in. What have you got to show us?
Well, by popular demand, you guys asked me to bring the Katy Perry boots in, so I've got them here. As you can see, they're quite weathered and got a bit of damage. I don't know if you can see those scuff marks through my little dodgy camera, but yeah, I wore these for 2 days straight after the final, and my ankles are still really sore because they're one size too small as well. So my toes are also very sore, and they're still in recovery mode.
Stolen or borrowed?
Somewhere in the middle, I think.
Acquired, I think the word is legally.
What was that, Jonesy?
Acquired.
Oh, yes, perfect. Yeah, that's the perfect word to use. I've also got my World Cup medal. Look at that, just glistening in the Footscray sun. Isn't that just lovely? That's also quite damaged, and it's got a few dents in it as well, but I think it all shows a little bit of character. So there's my World Cup medal. And I also got asked to bring along my new piece of artwork, which is just so cool. One of my really good mates, Kylie, gave this to me during the week. It's by Sammy G Designs in Melbourne, and do yourself a favour, go on her Instagram and have a look at some other pieces that she's done as well. She's incredible. But yeah, I'm very pumped with this. It's really cool. It's like a bit of a graphic design of the photo that was on Getty Images. So yeah, I'm right with that. And then my 3 show and tell items that I brought to our catch up.
Hey, any contact from Katy Perry about maybe going on tour, maybe being one of her backup dancers?
Yeah, look, my inbox has been pretty quiet, but I'm just assuming that's because of isolation. But as soon as things like heat up again, I'm sure Katy will come knocking. Well, I'm hoping she does, because yeah, I'd love to, travel around the world with her, and I think we'd have a lot of fun. So yeah, Katy, if you're watching, which I'm sure she is because she's a huge Blast fan, don't be afraid to give me a bell, because I'd love to a career change.
You're the complete. I've never seen the biggest introvert and extrovert in the one person. So when you get up on stage with Katy Perry, was there a split second where you just went, maybe I shouldn't? Or you just go, I'm going to own this stage?
No, Jamesy, I already may have had a couple of drinks at this point. So I had a bit of Dutch courage. And so I thought it would be hilarious. I'm like, I had a bit of, I wanted to wear these sunglasses. I bought these sunglasses beforehand, hoping that this moment would come to fruition. So I had these disgusting yellow sunglasses on, which I highly regret now looking back at the photos, and I had my baggy floppy on and everything. So I went into stage presence mode straight away as soon as I heard that we got the thumbs up to go up with Katy.
It was brilliant. We loved it. We loved every moment of it. It'll certainly be a highlight we'll never forget. Okay, guys, time for some Molly home isolation truths. We've got a few questions for you. I wanted to know, if you could be housebound with one of your teammates right now, who would it be?
Oh, Elise Villani, I would say, my Victorian teammate. We have a lot of fun together, and there wouldn't be a shortage of laughs either. So I would say Junior.
Okay. Best excuse for not answering your phone in isolation?
Well, the excuse I've been using of recent times is that, sorry, didn't pick up, I've been playing tennis. So.
Okay, you live with your brother Tom, you're half Italian, so I'm guessing that's why half the shelves at Woolies are now empty of pasta. Who's doing the cooking, and will you rival Isha Gua's Instagram cooking lessons?
Tom's actually a very, very good cook, so he's been doing the vast majority of it, which I'm very lucky and happy about. But we won't be going viral. Again, I said that I'm bad with technology, but Tom's even worse than me, so we wouldn't even know how to do that. So,
okay, what are you missing most while in isolation?
People. Being a cricketer, we train in big groups, we travel in big groups, and we're just used to being around a big group of people. So yeah, I'm just missing company, missing my people. So yeah, that's what I'm missing the most.
Hey, being the athlete you are, I'm sure alcohol wouldn't Although, what's that in the background? I can actually feel like I can see a few bottles. But I was going to say, being the athlete you are, is probably not much.
What did you see? I'm hiding.
What's your quarantine of choice?
Oh, I've been it's starting to get a little bit cooler in Melbourne, so I've been really getting into my Shiraz, as Jonesy can attest to, before the isolation rules tightened up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Jonesy, what about you quickly?
I've been enjoying a G&T, but obviously through house party, maybe a couple of Shirazes with Mol.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it above board. Molly, who do you reckon we should chat to next? Because we're going to wrap this up in a minute, but who do you think should be next on our hit list?
I think you should give Megan Moira Lanning a call. We had a Zoom date last week, actually, and she was a barrel of laughs. And she was drinking a sparkling Shiraz whilst we were on our Zoom date. So I think Matt is gelling out for some company, and I think she'd love to join the team at the Blast. So give her a bell.
All right.
I like it.
We'll hit her up. Molly, thank you. Thanks for being our first guest on the Blast Isolation series.
Love you guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll let you get back to your tennis. Mel, we'll let you get back to working out TikTok. I know that's something you've been trying to do.
On the list.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Mol.
See you soon. Bye.